but we don't have any specific information because I cannot pull up his account. I can only
But I mean,
see here that in your...
sorry to interrupt you, but you do see the driver, John Cicerelli, as my referral, right? He's in my account, correct?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. And you do see that he has... you do see that he has completed the trips this morning. He's hit his target, correct?
Oh, as we really don't have any information if he already completed the trips that were Uber set in order to receive the promotion for the driver referrals, because the one who's calling is you, Thurston, the inviter.
Correct.
So definitely we can only check here the account.
Okay.
Your account, but his account we're unable to check if he already completed
But why is he not again, I apologize to interrupt you. Why is he not showing up in my system? I mean, we've had the call with Uber. We've had a 3-way call. They confirmed him. You confirming that he's in my system right now as my referral. I know that he reached out to me this morning. He notified me he finished the trips. And what you're basically saying is that I need to wait 24 hours for the payout.
Probably there was a delay. And if it's not showing, because you do have a lot of invitees, and as I have checked here, this person, John, he was invited by you around July 6, 2018.
Correct.
So maybe that's the reason why it was not seen in your account.
Okay.
All you need to try to check all the way July 2018 and check, because as I can confirm here, he was already in your account.
And under those two accounts, I have the 4SL4T and I have the AJEJA. How many pending invites do you see for both? How many are still open? There should be 300 in the one and 200 something in the other. Do you see those numbers?
Oh, I can only check here. As of this moment, I only check the specific person that you told me that that was one of your invitee. But for the pendings, we're unable to check how many pendings that you have in your invitees, because you're going to do that since you do have a lot of driver partners in the in your invitees, in your referrals. So
Correct.
We need to check here one by one. So it will really take time.
Sure. No, I understand.
Automatically generated by our system.
Yes, no, I totally understand that. But the main thing is, I mean, you do see this John Cicerelli as my referral, right, under that account?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, definitely. In your Hotmail account, John Cicerelli was already in your account.
And what is my... I'm sorry again to interrupt you. What is my payout? There's two sides. There's the referral, the referrer, and then the invitee. I don't know what the invitee gets, but what do I as the referrer get? Is it like $750?
Oh, okay, one moment. Let me check.
I mean, I understand that
because as I have seen it... Go ahead.
No, I understand that you can't share his information. I respect that. He obviously gets a guarantee for reaching the trips, but I as the referrer, you have different amounts for different cities. Like for Los Angeles, you pay $900 after 55 trips. I think this guy was in Boston, right, my friend? I think he was in Boston. And what is my payout for that individual, for John Cicerelli?
Sorry, let me check here again. One moment, okay? I'll check how much you will bring.
Okay, no problem. Take your time. I appreciate your help.
It's fine. I will not put you in hold because it will only take 1 minute.
Okay.
I'll just check here. Thank you for patiently waiting.
Thank
so
you.
I have checked here. Since as what you said, chances already completed the said trip that was settled in his account today.
Yes.
So as I have checked here, we don't have as well the information how much you will be getting because it was still generated by our system as of this moment.
I see, but I mean, you've made a note that I called in at 3:30 on December the 6th, right? You've made a note, so at least there is a record, correct?
Yeah, you don't need to worry. You can just I can provide you the session ID where you can verify that if you're going to call again, you can provide this ID number in case.
Yeah, would you
verify that you called in today?
would you be so kind and just let me know? I'll write it down quickly.
All right, go ahead. It's 733
733
499
499
270.
270. Okay, that's my reference number. Okay, that's great. I appreciate your help.
Yeah, that's your. This is your reference number to inform the next representative that you called in today. And don't need to worry, I can verify here in my end that John Cicerelli was already in your account. But we don't have still information since, as what you said, you just completed the settled check.
Okay, and then I have a question for you. In October, which is a few months ago, right? I had and I refer drivers every day to Uber and Lyft. Several drivers. As you can see, you get a lot of drivers from me in both accounts, right? Back in October, there apparently was someone, and they haven't told me the name, they haven't told me the city, but there was someone that abused the code. I think the person was deactivated, and they tried to create a duplicate account, and my account was flagged for that, right? For that abuse. Somebody abused, right? But I mean, at the end of the day, that's not my fault if somebody else abuses my code, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, as I have checked here, there was reported regarding the abusing of referrals code.
Yeah.
So, but as I have checked here, your account was already good. It was already cleared here in my end. So the tags that was put in your account was already been removed.
Okay, because I can assure you, I mean, you can look at my record over the years. I treat this as a professional business. I mean, I send you thousands of drivers. I honestly do not abuse the referral code. I send you the drivers, I train them up, and I make sure that they're 5-star rated drivers. You know what I mean? So I don't want I don't want any blemish or any flag against my personal name, because I haven't abused the system once. Never have, never will. But they're not penalizing me on any payouts because of that flag in October, right? I mean, they're still considering my referral a referral. It's not like if I bring you more and more drivers, it's not like you're gonna not pay me out because there was a flag in October, correct?
Exactly. As I checked here, the tag was already been settled.
Okay.
Don't need to worry now.
Okay.
All you need to do is wait for the for the promotion for the drive for John.
Yes.
Since as what you said, he already completed the settled trips in his account.
Okay,
so,
great. I appreciate you. I appreciate you explaining that. Thank you so much for explaining that. And the other thing is, I was a bit confused. I had 300 pending drivers in my one account and 200 pending drivers in my other account, and it was reduced by like 70%. Now today I look, there's I think 50 pending drivers in the one and 90 pending drivers in the other. I truly don't have any understanding why it was reduced by so many drivers. I cannot see them in the system. By the way, I had 402 pending drivers on 4 SL4T, and now they say I have 94 pending. And then I had 282 pending on my code AJEJA, and now they say it's 52 pending. So from 684 pending referrals, which is a lot of money. That was like I had about $147,000 open. Now they've reduced it to 146 pending overnight. And now I only have $27,700 pending. Why would they cut 80% of my pending referrals overnight? I'm so confused.
As I have checked here, you do have a lot of invitees in your account.
Yes.
And as I have checked as well, because definitely, if you invited someone, Uber will check it as well.
Yes.
And generate if the one that who invited to be an Uber partner will completed all the specific set it in their account. So
Correct.
you will be able, so the inviter
Yes.
will be paid, and the same for the invitees. So basically, it will depend of the account that you invited.
Yes.
If they met all the specific information
Okay.
that's set it in their account, because if there will be activity or suspicious activity that they have made and they did not meet all the qualifications to be qualified to receive the referral incentive promotion,
Yes.
definitely Uber will remove that driver partner as well. The one who invited that driver partner, he will also not receive the invited or
Yes.
the promotions that was offered to him.
Yes.
As I check here, since we don't have, I cannot generate all the invitees that you have in your account, because you do have a lot of invitees.
Okay.
And just to inform you that John, I checked 100 pages to check his name in your account. So definitely you
Okay.
do have a lot of invitees under in your account. So
Okay.
if you want me to check how many pendings you have, as the same that I mentioned earlier, that you need to check one by one.
I
guarantee you that.
No, I'm not expecting you to check them one by one. That would take forever. I don't want to do that to you. But many of the many of the names that were removed from the pending list, I mean, they're driving for Uber and they're doing trips. I mean, Uber's making money from those referrals. So, and I mean, I have the proof of that with emails and text messages. These are real people that I speak to and that I train up, but they are now not in my system anymore. So I totally understand what you say is that you would remove any pending invites that don't meet Uber's criteria. But the fact is that many of the names that you have removed, they're actually driving for you, for your company, and making money. I mean, not for you personally, but for Uber, the company. And so that's where I was confused, you know what I mean? Because I'm not being rewarded for them, but Uber is definitely taking the referral, and they're driving for Uber. It's rather confusing.
Mm-hmm. If that will happen, you're definitely experiencing that issue right now. So
Okay.
all you need to do is you can inform the driver partner to call us,
Okay.
so we can check the invited person, the one who invited him to be a driver partner in his account, because as I do want to check as well the person or the driver partner that you're referring to, but since we don't have any access regarding their account, so I cannot guarantee that your name was already put it in their account. So basically, one of the reasons why you did not receive the reward is because your name was not in their referral in their account. So you can advise them to call us and verify if your name was in their account, and if the representative will confirm that your name was in your account, that's the time that we will do the necessary action to check why you did not receive the specific promotions.
Okay, so when I refer a driver and they sign up, right, under a name, first name, last name, they appear in my account, right? with a city, how many trips they have to do. They have to go through the background check. They have to be qualified. They have already entered the information. Are you basically saying that the driver is also forced to call in and give you the information? They also have to phone in and verify it?
No, it's not like that. It's just sometimes when the invitees will going to create another account, which is that's the account that they are currently using, and the one that's in the account that they made that your name was under in that account, definitely it will not be counted as one of your invitees. So there's the reason why, if you're saying that one of your invitees was removed in your account, was not showing in your account.
Okay.
It's because they create another account to do driving with Uber.
Yes.
And to make sure you will be their inviter,
yes,
we need them to call us so we can pull out the correct account, which
yes,
we can put your referral code.
Okay.
So you will be the inviter in their account.
So basically, I'm following your reasoning. But if I have 684 pending drivers in two accounts, and more than 80% of these names dropped away overnight, are you saying that 80% of these people are creating duplicate accounts and trying to cheat the system? That's very high.
I cannot guarantee you, Thursday, with the correct information with regards to that, because there is a lot of circumstances why the invitees or your invitees was not showing in your end, because there's a lot of reasons, but that's one of the reasons that I provided to you.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't that a little unfair that you can't tell me the other reasons? I mean, why am I doing all the hard work? I mean, these guys are signing up with you, they're driving for you. Surely both sides should get paid. You've given me one good reason if they create duplicate accounts, I understand that. But I'm talking, I've had from 684 pending drivers overnight reduced to 140. That's over 500 drivers that you've taken out of my account in one night. That's over $120,000, which I'm not getting anymore, right? And Uber or Uber Help is not giving me the specific reasons why these individuals were taken out. One of the reasons you've already mentioned, it's duplicate accounts. I understand that, right? But I can assure you that 500 of 680 people are not creating duplicate accounts. There has to be another reason. You've already said there's another reason, but Uber's not letting me know why. So my question to you is, why am I referring drivers? I could be referring them to Lyft, right? To your competitor. They don't ask questions, they pay, right? They sign up. Never ever an issue with Lyft. Never ever. I don't have to call them. No headaches. But weekly I have to check up on Uber. And it's frustrating. You're not giving me the answers. And maybe by law you cannot tell me. But do you understand my point? I can no longer send drivers to Uber, because if I'm spending the time and the money and the effort on training up these people, I have to tell them that Uber is a great company, and that they're gonna be taken care of. They're gonna get their guarantee. I have to invest a lot of time and money per driver. Why am I doing that?
Definitely. So since, as what you said, you are losing 80% of your invitees in your account, let me check what I can do, okay? Because me as well, I want to provide the correct resolution here in my end.
Right.
But we don't have any specific information with regards to that, because we do have a lot of reasons why it was not, why there was it was happening. So let me check here what I can do.
Okay, and you know what? I gotta give you a lot of praise. You've been probably the most articulate person that's explained it very well, right? But please understand, my frustrations is that I send them a lot of drivers and I make them a lot of money, and I do deserve I honestly think I deserve the answers because, right now, this afternoon, or whenever I get the next phone call or email, and, I have 8,000 YouTube videos. I'm number one on YouTube, right? Or I'm in the top 2 nationally and internationally on referrers, and I'm making you guys so much money. We once calculated it probably anywhere between $80 to $100 million just on drivers. Some of these drivers have taken 15,000 trips for Uber, and I don't honestly deserve to be treated like where Uber doesn't know the reason. And I would just appreciate if you could look into and I could just get a straight answer as to why Uber is not rewarding me. And if for legal reasons you cannot tell me, then I obviously have to go to Uber Legal or to arbitration and find out through San Francisco, through their head office. But I just want answers, and I think I deserve the answers.
Exactly, I do understand.
Thank you.
All our driver partners serve correct information. So let me check here what I can do, what's happening. So is it fine if I ask for 2 minutes to put you on hold?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. So while the music is playing, for months now, I've just been trying to get a straight answer, right? And that is, if you're referring all these people and they're driving for Uber, why is the referring party not being compensated? Why do we have to hire accountants? Why do we have to police referrals every week to make sure they're in the system or they dropped out the system? It takes so much time, money, and effort policing Uber referrals. And this lady, I think she's trying to be as honest as she can be, or as Uber allows her to be, but we're not getting straight answers. And this is the reason for this video, is that we, the drivers who refer drivers, deserve answers. So I'm waiting for the music to end and hoping she can give me some reply. Manager after manager, supervisor after supervisor have not given me any answers. And I will be including this video as evidence to show the stonewalling, right? That if a judge hears this case, understand clearly that the helpline is trying to help you, but cannot help you. And that when I say cannot help you, I just think they have found very creative ways not to pay out, and they just don't want to go into any explanation for legal reasons. So, very interesting video, I think. I hope you're learning from it. I've learned a lot in this call, and I've made hundreds of calls because sadly I have to chase up on a lot of these drivers. I just chased up on a driver who she confirmed was in the system, John Cicerelli, but I was not paid out for him. He was in Boston. We had a 3-way conversation, and she says he's in there, but we haven't seen the money. So why are we not seeing the money? Hang tight with me, my friends. It's a long video. We're already on 25 minutes. But I think it's one of the most fruitful conversations that I have recorded, because she is very articulate and kind. She's trying. I can sense she's really trying.
Patiently waiting on the line, person.
Thank you.
So I tried here in my best to check what's the reason why 80% of your invitees was already not showing in your end. And I can only give you an information because this is only the information that I can see here, that about the multiple accounts created by the driver partners, the one you invited, and as well if they did not meet the criteria. And also there are instances that there are trips or invitees that you have was already completed the setted trips that they need to complete in their account, but still generating, because we do have a lot of driver partners invitees under your account. So what I'm asking is to extend your patience as of this moment and wait for those invitees that you have on your file that was already completed the setted trips that they need to complete, so you'll be able to receive the promotions. But for the 80%, I'll just document here in my end that you are losing 80% of your invitees, because this is what will happen first. And one, as I have checked here all the way to your invitees from December until July, there is a lot of person here who was tagged as multiple accounts. So this is the reason why what I can say is that's the reason as well why it was keep decreasing your pending invitees, because I can see here that you do have a lot of invitees whose their name was tagged as multiple accounts. So
Yes.
basically that driver partners create another account,
Yes.
which is the account that they created under your name as one of their inviter. They did not completed the specific trip. So if they did not complete the specific trip and created a new account, that person, that account will be removed. And as well, in your end, that account will also not be showing in your end because it was already tagged as a multiple account.
Right. And I can understand if 5% of 500 people, 25, maximum 50 people would do that, right? But when you suddenly overnight missing 450 drivers, big question marks, a lot of questions from my side, obviously not answered, right? I also wanted to say that I invite drivers with the code 4S for sugar, L for love, 4T for Tom, and Uber is pushing them into my AJEJA account and saying, hey, we do not have to pay you under this AJEJA account because that's a commercial account. Now, I've brought them in under the regular account. My friends are referring drivers to regular accounts. They've always been paid for commercial drivers, for SUV drivers, black drivers, Lux drivers. But what I've noticed and what my accountant has noticed is that Uber is pushing them through my other account so that you do not have to pay me out. I mean, it's very frustrating to hear this, to research this, to get this type of news. And I honestly don't, I think you're holding back on some really, really important information that I'm not getting. And is it fair to say, is it fair that I start sending these drivers to Lyft now? I mean, I talk to them, right? They come to me and they want to know, where do we go? Which is the good company? Where do we earn money? Where do we get the referrals? Who takes care of us? I have to be honest with these drivers. I cannot give them a little song and a dance. And is it fair that I send them to Lyft now versus Uber because of this phone call? I mean, I'm not getting the answer. I'm really not. And I do totally respect that you're trying to invest ability to explain it, and I do understand about the duplicate accounts. I do understand that some drivers do not meet the requirements, but please understand, I've been doing this for years, for 5 years, and it's just in the last 3 months that Uber is getting very, very creative not to pay out. It's never happened before.
I do.
Never happened. I mean, it's never happened before. I've had hundreds of pending referrals and they came in one by one by one. 20% drop out. Not every driver is going to finish up. And never had issues year after year after year. Thousands of drivers. Now suddenly, I don't know what you guys have changed, but I can tell you something. In the last 90 to 120 days, you're not telling me the truth. I know you're not. And I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you as a person. I'm saying Uber's not telling me the truth.
Because that's the only information that I can see
Sure.
here. As much as I want to provide accurate information, that's the only information that was that I have access with. So that's the reason why I can only provide you as well, because
Right.
it will be in my end if I'm going to provide an incorrect information.
Sure, no, I
And
understand.
it will also affect my
Yes.
So as much as I do want to provide you the more details with regards to this, but this is the only info that I can see.
Okay.
But rest assured that I'll document here
I
the
appreciate
concern that you have and all the feedbacks that you have, that 80% of your pending invitees was keep going down, and you're asking for an answer with regards to what's happening and what's the update.
Yes.
And you need to know, you deserve to have the answer with regard to this. So I'll document here in my end
I
your
appreciate it.
feedbacks regarding. You're always welcome. So,
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to leave you. Look, I'm going to leave you a good report and a good rating for at least trying. I think you've really tried. I'm sure you have access to information that you cannot share. I often ask for a supervisor, and they'll do a song and a dance, and they're not going to tell me either. It's just very alarming that 500 of my drivers dropped out overnight, and Uber also has to understand that. I have to freeze the referrals. I have to send them where I get paid. And right now I get paid with Lyft. So if a manager or a supervisor wants to call me and clear this up and get further referrals, now is the time. They should call me. Okay. So please, if you could ask a supervisor when they have the time to call me back and give me. Just give me the truth. Give me the explanation as to why this is happening. It's never happened before, ma'am. It hasn't happened for years. Like I say, 20% drop out. The rest take their time, but they drive. They eventually meet their goals, and they drop out. They may change to Lyft. They may stay with Uber. They drive for Uber or Lyft. But this is the very first time I've ever seen or experienced anything like this overnight, literally from yesterday till today. 500 of my drivers are gone, disappeared, vanished. Thank you.
I do understand that Uber have a lot of updates, but as of now, we don't have any updates with regards to driver referrals of our driver partner. But rest assured that if we do have new updates, we will going to notify you. Okay?
Perfect. And is there a manager on duty by any chance, or a supervisor close by, or maybe or they're on a call?
As of this moment, we do have a lot of driver partners who's calling as well. So my supervisor is currently taking calls, but I'll document here in my end that if we do have, if we're not busy, we will call you. And we will call you with regards for the specific information for what really happened in your invitees, why it skipped going down. So I'll just document here in my end, okay?
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I look forward to their call, and thank you for taking the time to explain everything.
It's fine. You do deserve to be assisted.
I appreciate it.
You're always welcome. Don't hesitate to call us if you do have questions and concerns. So I guess we're all now set.
Yes.
And rest assured, I'll do the documents with regards to the feedbacks and concern that you have and your request as well. So thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Support Thurston.
Thank you.
You're always welcome.
Have a great day.
Please do stay in the line.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Please do stay in the line. Rate your support experience. Have a great day.
Will do.
And bye for now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We're constantly looking to improve our support experience, and your feedback will help us do that. We hope you can take a few moments to answer 2 quick questions. First, did we solve your problem today? If yes, press 1. If no, press 2.
I selected 2.
And last question, how would you rate your support experience on a scale of 1 to 5? 5 being very satisfied, and 1 being very unsatisfied.
You know what? I'm going to give this lady a 5, very satisfied, because I think
greatly appreciated.
I think to her best ability, she tried to answer all my questions. I think her hands are tied, and there's certain information that Uber is not revealing. and that she or supervisors will not reveal. But I made my case clear here, ladies and gentlemen. This video I'm going to use as evidence for the courts or for arbitration, is that this is a classic stonewalling on 500 pending accounts. And I'm very, very curious to hear from other drivers. What are you experiencing, right? Do you have the same frustrations? Are the same things going on your end, that you have just a mass deletion of drivers? Just purely doesn't make sense. Thank you for being patient. 36 minutes, super long video, but I think I achieved a lot, and I appreciate you bearing with me. Have an amazing day. Drive safe from the Rideshare Professor.